Hey guys. So for this week, I decided to work a little bit more on my item description UI. And this was something I worked on the past few weeks where you click on an item and it shows up with the item title, the icon, and the like a little description. So what I did this week was focus more on the when equipment is clicked on, it'll show more information. So just on the pickaxe, you have the title, you have the description, and then over here for any tool or weapon, it's going to show the base damage. And if it's any rarity greater than common, it's going to have more affixes here, a prefix, suffix, and some properties. So these are just common, so there's just going to have one, just the base damage, but no additional properties or additional stats. The hoe is does not actually have any damage, so it's just going to be used to till tiles. So let me go over here to the equipment here, the loot, and see if I can pick up some different armors and weapons. All right, so we got an epic there, we got a common, we got a rare. Let's see. I don't think any legendaries are going to drop because the percentage I set is very low. All right, so let's just see what we got here. So I picked up this helmet here, cotton helmet of fortitude. So I have, this doesn't look cotton, but what I did this week was focus on adding another stat of base armor in addition to showing the different properties. So any rare equipment will have 3 affixes, and uncommon is green. This will have 2, and then I think I picked up an epic. No. Thought I did. There we go. Copper necklace of spirit. So we have the armor base, and then we have the 4 different affixes that are showing up. So +2 to spirit, +3 to energy, earth resistance, and critical hit damage. So whenever an item's clicked, I want more information to show up on here, and then eventually some buttons so you can equip it or drop it, or different ways to interact with that particular item. Now you can see the pictures are not great. They're just kind of just placeholders here so I can get the systems working. And let me show you how this is set up real quick in these scripts. So I have this inventory item info display script, and when it updates, I set it for 7 different text lines. So it's going to pass through the equipment. If the equipment type's a tool or a weapon, it's going to show the base damage. Otherwise, every other equipment should have some kind of armor or base armor. And then it's going to go in and pull in the suffix, the prefix, and the 3 properties depending on the rarity. So we'll have common, uncommon, rare, epic, and then legendary. Legendary will have all 5 chances to get stats, or will have 5 different affixes. So what I did here was similar to an equipment hover that I made, I don't know, a year ago now. And this pretty much formats the text based on the type of stat that it pulls. So if it's added strength or spirit or one of the attributes, it's just a standard format. When you're talking about percentages, mana regen, resistances, critical hit damage, or chance or magic find, you use this format here, and that pulls the percentage in. So what this is doing is, depending on the actual stat that it pulls, it's going to look for that stat and then format it based on that. So the formatted text is going to be equal to whatever it formats it to. It's going to return it back to this text line.text or whatever text line it is. And then it's going to pull the suffix value, the suffix. So it would have been like 10 + 10 to strength, or the value is, I don't know, +7 to life regeneration. And based on that particular stat, it's going to change the text line to show that particular stat. And in addition, the name is going to be determined, or the color of the name is going to be determined by the rarity. So it could be common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary. And you can see the colors here. We have just the plain white for common, green is uncommon, yellow is rare, epic's pink or purple, and then legendary is going to be orange. So that's how it's set up right now. And if I go to my inventory parent here, I just made it so this inventory item display has a reference to all 7 text lines. And this is how I'm setting it up right now. It will definitely change in the future. But these text lines are the ones that are referenced here. Text line 2, 3, 4, and then text line 1 I use for like the base damage or base armor, depending on if it's a weapon or equipment. So that's it for that. Next week, I would like to focus on here, like putting different buttons within the inventory that allows the player to either equip an item or drop an item, use an item, or move to the action bar. So right now I have like a drag and drop type system, but I prefer to have it. This is actually Dungeon Ward. You suggested this. Think about other platforms other than PC that the game might be working on. And there's some formats like on mobile. I'm not saying this game's going to be mobile, but just something to think about where drag and drop may not work as well. So I'm trying to find a system, and I'm looking at other games where the systems are similar across all platforms, and maybe trying to adjust to this. But right now I'm kind of just focused on PC, but with that in mind, when I make the UI and the different system changes. And that's about it for now. So next week I'll focus on making maybe a button to equip the item so it goes onto the player rather than just drag it onto the slot. And that's it for now. So thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions or comments below.